You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Friday evening, the 9th of January. This is James Spann. We've got some active weather now with rain in progress over much of the state. We'll see waves of rain and some thunderstorms tonight into tomorrow. And there is perhaps a little window late tonight after midnight, tomorrow morning, where there could be a few storms that try to rotate. We'll take a look at all of this as we go, and some interesting signals in about a week or so with cold air. So, goodness, so many things to talk about today. So strap in. Let's go. For those of you that are watching live on the socials, we're at 2:57 Friday afternoon, and that's what the radar looks like. Just a big old mass of rain. There's nothing severe, just a good soaking rain falling, mainly across the central counties of the state. Rain falling in Birmingham. We've got rain falling in places like Clanton, Greensboro, Selma, Alexander City. Again, there's nothing severe. There is some thunder and lightning here, but that's just good old-fashioned rain. And the question is, can we see a few severe storms late tonight or early tomorrow morning? That's a possibility. And again, it's a dual threat with heavy rain and flooding and the chance of maybe a few strong to severe storms. Here's the setup. And that's pretty classic. We've got a big trough coming out of the southwestern states, strong winds ahead of that trough, rising air motion. And again, for most of the state, it's been cloudy and wet. The exception, the southeastern counties of the state at Dothan, where it's mostly sunny and warm. I mean, they've hit 80 today. Goodness. But again, there's the radar composite, and you can see the big, massive rain stretching from Jackson, Mississippi to Asheville, North Carolina. And nothing severe at all within any of this is expected. It just the conditions don't favor severe weather with no surface-based instability. But yeah, look at Dothan, 80 on the 9th of January. Wow. Troy, 77. Geneva, 78. Atmore, 79. Mobile at 77. But where the rain is falling, we've got mid-60s. But notice Florence, the rain has ended there. They've got 73. So a flood watch remains in effect for about the northern half of the state, as far south as Sweetwater. A few counties have been added, we should mention here. Lowndes and Montgomery are now in that watch. So Sweetwater to Montgomery, Tuskegee, Auburn, Opelika. A new southern row of counties has been added there. That's through tomorrow morning. And around the nation, winter storm warnings in effect over southeast Colorado and some of the adjacent states. But let's look at the convective outlook. So this is the outlook through tonight. And remember, as you look at this outlook runs through 6 a.m. tomorrow. So this includes the overnight activity. And again, SPC has this level 2 out of 5 risk over parts of west, central, and southwest Alabama. A level 1 out of 5 for the rest of the state. But I really think if you're in the Tennessee Valley, there's just no concern with severe storms here. It's just not happening. The air is too stable. And again, we'll go through all the parameters here and look at modeling here in just a second. Now, this is after 6 a.m. tomorrow. And SPC has added a level 2 out of 5 risk in the areas in yellow there for parts of central and south Alabama. This would include places like Montgomery, Grove Hill, Butler, Greenville, Auburn, Opelika, Alexander City. And I think this is mainly for any action we see tomorrow morning. I'd say in the 6 to 10 a.m. time frame. This is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes tomorrow morning. And they've added this 5 to 9% chance. This is the chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point. And that there's hardly any surface-based instability. And that's the big limiting factor here. There's a real chance we get away with no severe storms. But if there can be some pockets of surface-based instability, it doesn't take a lot. There could be a couple of rotating storms in there tomorrow morning. So we're going to be just kind of recommending that you be sure that your weather radio is working and functional, and you can receive a warning in the middle of the night tonight or early tomorrow morning if one is needed. And then on day 3, which is Sunday, no storms around the country. Cold, stable air takes over. So this is rain for the next 7 days, and this counts the rain we get today, tonight, and tomorrow. Again, most spots in the state in the 2 to 3 inch range. The exception, the southeastern corner, Dothan, not much, where they're at 80 today, just 0.03 of an inch there. So let's go through modeling and talk about the scenario here. So this is the 12Z European, and this is tomorrow. afternoon at 3 o'clock Central Time. The trough is lifting away. So I really think that if we have any severe storms, the better chance of that will be after midnight tonight and pretty early tomorrow morning. I'd say midnight to 8 a.m. I think that's the main window of concern. By tomorrow afternoon, with that trough lifting away from us, the dynamic support goes away. So there's the synoptic scale map. But let's get down to high-resolution modeling here. So let's start it at midnight tonight. And again, this is the high-resolution HRR, HRRR, high-resolution rapid refresh. And at midnight, again, we just got this big mass of rain over the northern half of the state and parts of southwest Alabama. And then by tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, the concentrated zone of storms is south of Interstate 20, central and south Alabama. So let's look at the severe weather parameters. Now, this is tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. And surface-based Cape, it's all really along and south of US 80, the southern half of the state. The chance of any severe weather problems in North Alabama, very, very low. This is mainly a South Alabama issue and maybe central Alabama after midnight tonight. But there's a little bit of Cape there, not much, but it doesn't take much in January for severe storms. We've learned that over the years. And I will say this is the SRH, the storm relative helicity, and these values have come up in recent runs. The HRRR has run once an hour. And that would certainly suggest potential for maybe a few rotating updrafts and a couple of isolated tornadoes early tomorrow morning. And I guess this is the one feature that kind of catches our eye, too. This is the low-level jet. This is the wind velocity about 5,000 feet off the ground. And you can see a max of 55.2 knots. That's a pretty impressive low-level jet. That thing kicks in after midnight. So with the little instability, that very strong low-level jet, and those higher SRH values, storm relative helicity values, it certainly looks like there could be the window for a couple of isolated tornadoes late tonight, tomorrow morning. And again, I think the main window between about midnight and 8 a.m., this is the STP, the significant tornado parameter, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And those numbers are not that overwhelming. The max is 2.82. But again, in the cold season, you can have tornadoes with those numbers like a 1 or a 2 on the STP. So the bottom line is just be in a position to hear warnings late tonight and early tomorrow morning if you're over the southern and central part of Alabama. Just in case. There's a real chance we get away with no warnings, nothing severe, just rain. But just have a way of getting those warnings and have a plan just in case. This is tomorrow at noon, and any lingering storms down in southeast Alabama, finally getting to Dothan and Geneva and Enterprise. But again, by noon, the better dynamic support is pulling far, far away. And I just don't think we have any severe weather problems there. Again, my main window of concern, it's about midnight tonight until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Sunday, we're in cold air, dry, cold air, sunny and colder, highs in the 40s. Monday, many spots below freezing, most locations in the 20s, the high Monday mostly in the 50s. Tuesday, mostly sunny with highs in the 50s. And then Wednesday, another front approaching. And this could squeeze out a few showers, but the moisture very, very limited here. Probably not that much rain. And this is Thursday, an upper trough swings through. That might squeeze out a few sprinkles, maybe a few flurries, nothing meaningful. And this is a week from today. This is Friday the 16th. Got broad troughing over the eastern states, and we are cold and dry. Highs upper 40s and low 50s, and we start the day well down in the 20s. It'll be a cold morning. Next week will be much, much colder. So this is what you're going to see all over social media. So this is Saturday night, the 17th of January. This is after midnight, Saturday night, early Sunday morning, the night of the 17th, early morning of the 18th. And this is the GFS, and it's suggesting a wave in the Gulf that might bring some snow to North Alabama. Could it happen? Sure. Will it happen? It's too early to call. This is beyond 7 days, and again, the modeling is not that consistent, but just understand that idea is on the table. And this is out 10 days back to the European. This is Monday the 19th. Pretty good trough over the eastern states, and that's pretty cold. We might see highs only in the 30s maybe on Sunday the 18th over North Alabama. And lows way below freezing, probably some teens by Monday morning the 19th. That's a pretty cold look. Rain for the next 15 days, coming off the European ensemble, the AI version, the mean of the ensemble members up there in the 3 to 4 inch range. And the bulk of that is going to be through tomorrow, today, tonight, and tomorrow. Temperatures coming off the national blend of models. Look at the drop. 60s tomorrow. And I should mention for North Alabama, highs could be in the morning. Temperatures will likely start to fall over the northern counties tomorrow afternoon. Highs in the 40s Sunday, Monday. And look at the drop-off toward the end of next week. And by Sunday, the 18th, that's got 40 as the high, which means if you're in North Alabama, you could be in the 30s all day. As cold as 23 Monday morning, the 19th. And a lot of folks could wind up in the teens. So if you like this mild winter weather, it's about to go away. And the latest long-range guidance just in. This is for the 17th to the 23rd. Temperatures a little below average, if this verifies. So real quick, before we go back to radar, got to roll some kid cam video. Had a great time today. 3rd grade, Alexandria Elementary School, Calhoun County, home of the Valley Cubs. I would teach 3rd grade science all day. That's my favorite age to teach. Ooh, look at the cookie cake. That's actually a pretty good forecast right there. That's outstanding. But we talked about weather safety, tornadoes, hurricanes, and much more. Great group today. So again, to these amazing 3rd graders at Alexandria, thanks a lot for a great visit earlier today. You guys are looking good. So again, we are live, if you're watching this live, at 3:08. Many of you are watching later on the Alabama Weather Network. And a couple of points. Speaking of that, be sure you got the Alabama Weather Network app on your phone and your tablet and your TV, so you can watch us. Remember, if there's a tornado warning for any county in the state, any county, we'll be live on the air. We'll have chasers in the field. We got cameras all over the place. Got a big staff here, resources I've never had before. And we'll be obviously staffed late tonight, tomorrow morning. So be sure that you've got our apps loaded, TV, phone, tablet. And again, just be sure you got that good way of getting warnings in the middle of the night in case we have one. And remember, there's a very good chance we get away with nothing severe. But based on what you saw here, and if you'd missed it, you can go back and watch the replay, all the parameters, there could be an isolated tornado or two after midnight tonight, early tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. I will be on ABC 3340 News this evening. And don't forget, you can catch my forecast every day on great radio stations across Alabama, including in Birmingham, Classic Rock 106.9. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless. Oh, one more note. Hang on before we go. Need to mention that we have moved the book signing tomorrow in Alexander City. We were scheduled to be at Elena's place from 9:30 until 12:30, but based on the fact that we probably could see some overnight duty and early morning duty, we think it would be in the best interest of everybody just to move it back a week. So instead of having the book signing tomorrow, it's going to be a week from tomorrow. That would be January 17th from 9:30 until 12:30 at Elena's Place in Alexander City. Sorry for the inconvenience, but again, if there's active weather, we just have to be here. But again, every day, great radio stations. Classic Rock 106.9, one of them. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.